Good morning. I have something interesting to share with you. As you know, we build an Odie horse's saw here. We want good quality parts in this. It's not even a question. We want what works. The plastics and stuff, it's not necessary to have OEM. It's very expensive stuff. So we use aftermarket. And actually, a lot of this stuff is farmer tech. It really is. It has increased its quality over the years to something really good. Now, you know, I have a philosophy that sometimes something good comes out of something bad. And I have another one that everybody can be friends when things are good, but it's when things go south, that's who you stick by. That's the ones that count. I want to talk to you about sawzilla parts, chainsaw parts in Texas. I have very few companies that I know and trust. Sawzilla, I've been dealing for approximately 5 years with on a certain level of part. When I have parts that I need to purchase, I want to go to a trusted company. I want a great price and I want good service. Period. I want, as they describe it, it's exactly what they describe. Sawzilla does that for me. I've never contacted them, never wanted something from them at all. But something really good happened out of something really bad. I bought a 3/4 wrap handle for the saw. I didn't want a cheap one, but I couldn't afford or justify in this saw buying an OEM handle for 150 plus bucks. It's not necessary. I like the ProLine parts. That's what I like. So I ordered a ProLine handle. I have them on my own personal saws. I love them. They're durable. They're far cheaper than OEM, but about 3 notches better than the Pharmatech handles. You guys that run them know what I'm talking about. They kind of fold up. Other than them are getting better. I see improvements in Pharmatech all the time. So I ordered this part Thursday morning. At 9:17, the part was supposed to have been delivered, this handle. I got the notification at noontime. I said, oh, good. In fact, I think we was making a video. This is good. I said, that's here. I didn't expect that. That's cool. I really like it. FedEx delivered it. The horse heads, this is really a funny story. The horse heads FedEx hub, I've had nothing but trouble with. I got the Iron Cat in here saying hello. I've had parts delivered over at the church porch. So you got to go when you can't find your part and it says delivered. Had that happen. At the end of the driveway, all the way past the shop in the weeds. Found a box there. Okay, get beyond that. At least that's on the same property. What do you think of that? Behind my mailbox in the ditch when I was mowing, a muffler that I'd lost. It was really quite inexpensive. I said, well, I'm just not ordering from that company anymore. I thought they didn't ship it. No, they did. And it got delivered by FedEx. Laying in a ditch in a waterlogged box is this muffler after I mow over it and didn't hit it. Believe it or not. I think it's in the bottom of the ditch and I just went, you know the deal. It's unbelievable what happens with our FedEx. If you're trying to ship me something, please don't use FedEx. I know they're probably good other places. These FedEx drivers work hard. Okay. So I get a hold of FedEx. Hey, where's my part? Finally get a hold of them. I should say that. Well, they passed me from one person to another to another. You know what I think companies do? I know this. When they want somebody to just go away because they don't have an answer to the problem directly, they transfer for you to somebody in India that doesn't speak very good English. Okay, so I get this Indian girl from India, spoke terrible English. And to make a long story short of trying to get where the B's and D's are stumbling in through the F's and E's, I got out of her that they're blaming it on Sawzilla because when the label was created, the address was incorrect. And it was delivered to the address. I says, oh, wow, that's easy. I says, is it on my same road? Yes, 119. Cool. Give me that address and I'll go see if I can find this part. Oh, we can't do that, sir. It's, we respect our customers' privacy. Wait a frickin' minute. It's my name on the box. I'm the one that paid for it. You are saying it was delivered to an incorrect address and it's Sawzilla's fault. So I get a hold of Sawzilla. I looked their number up. By God, I found it. They're a pretty big company in Texas. Get on the phone with a man named Gus. Come to find out, Gus is the owner. Told him my problem. He says, sir, he says, I am going to help you no matter what. I'm going to get a hold of FedEx, see what the story is. If I don't get a good answer, we'll just ship you another one. They believe in customer satisfaction, and I already knew this already. Well, come to find out, Gus is the owner. That's kind of big, wasn't it? He said, I'm going to call you back within the hour. 45 minutes later, he calls back. I'd already warned him that the FedEx said that the label was printed incorrectly, and he looked it up. Their package company that they used they had my address on it, so FedEx lied. Imagine that. Yeah. Okay. Gus says, okay, here's the way it is. Here's what's going to happen, and here's what I'm going to do about it. I like a man with solutions. I like doing business when somebody's ready to do business, don't you? Okay, so, way this rolled out, he says they're telling me that they are going to send the driver that run that route on Saturday, which would have been his personal day off, back to the address and see if he can find that part for you. And so now Gus is funny. He says, here's the way I'm picturing this. He says, if you got neighbors like I got neighbors, we're spread out in this valley. It's just a beautiful place to live, but we're spread out. So it isn't like right next door neighbor. It might be 10 miles down the road. He says, Gus told me, he said, I can just picture this knocking on the door. Yeah, I'm the FedEx man. He says, I'm here to get a part I mistakenly gave to you at this address. I have to deliver it to the proper address. He says, part? Oh, I don't see no sticker part. We don't see no box. Oh, we don't know nothing. Yeah, and I says, in a day or so, you'll see it on eBay for sale or on Craigslist or something. Yeah, that's right. He says, so let's play this silly game for one day. He says, is that all right? And what I'm going to do, he says, I'm going to ensure that once they fail, which I think they will, Monday morning, I am going to personally make sure that that part is sent to you next day air through the post office. Because I said, we have good luck with the post office here. I heard some places in the country you guys don't have. It's kind of funny how it goes in regions like that, right? Okay, so today's Saturday morning. Now you know that driver's probably pissed, and he's going to hustle, and he's going to go try to find that part and get it to me, which we haven't seen yet. Wouldn't it be funny if he came to my door to explain why he didn't have the part today while we was on video? If that happened, that's a remote chance, but yeah. Well, we'll film this, but I don't expect they're going to be that energetic. You can't really blame the drivers. The local FedEx drivers are way overloaded. Their drivers quit left and right and they hire new ones. You imagine somebody 20 years old telling mom and dad, hey, man, I just finally got the job of my life. I'm going to be a FedEx driver. Oh, be careful what you wish for at this hub. So I'm slamming Horseheads FedEx. I just plain don't lie to me. Tell me the truth. Send me to somebody that doesn't speak English very good, just so I'll go away and lie to me and tell me that the company that shipped it screwed up, and they did not. So I had a long talk with Gus, and I says, these parts are important to me. I said, I have a YouTube channel. I said, it's called The Iron Horse, and I build chainsaws. Well, that has some merit. I mean, it does. You want customers that are going to use more than just a couple parts. You want, if they sell one bolt, they're happy. But a customer base is very important to companies like this. And it's very competitive business, believe me. And he says, I tell you what, he says, we've had a kind of a strange experience here, and I will make this problem go away. I told him I was going to make a video about this, and I was going to plug Sawzilla. I truly can, because I truly mean it. This is a company I know and trust. I know them, and I trust them. I recommend buying from them. He says, I'll tell you what. He says, I am not lost to this, what this advertisement means. I want to create a deal with you. I want to be able to have you pick up the phone, call me personally, order parts. Let me give you a nice discount. He says, let me do this for you. I says, Gus, I says, you know, I'd never asked nothing from any of these companies. They come to me. Now, this one happened, and I'm so welcome to that. I mean, if I can save a few bucks on you guys' saws, it gets passed along. If I can create builds of my personal builds and be able to afford to make them better because of these contacts, I'm going to do it. So aren't you. But there's a lot of companies I have dealt with in the past, and for one reason or another, I just don't. There's a vetting process all of us in our lives, unknowingly in most cases, do. It's like, I don't want to order from this company. It takes 10 days to get the parts. I'd rather spend $5 more and get it in 2-3 days, which is generally how it works with Sawzilla. That's why we deal with Ryan at Wolf Creek Saw Shop. 3 to 4 days, I got my parts. No questions asked. Ryan's been good to me. Overlap. Here's the deal. The parts that we get from Ryan is not parts that I can get at Sawzilla. And vice versa. This fills in a nice gap for all of us on this channel. And I share this information freely with you. But because this started off with good service over a long time, very happy, and then the first issue there was a problem, the man stepped right up, made that problem go away. Made me happy. I was getting upset. You know how it is, you order something online, especially us older people, You order something online, all of a sudden you don't get it, and you're getting a run around from the shipping company, and you expect it from the people that actually ship the part, and all kinds of, it's just a snowball. And then you get on the phone with a man that has a hectic day, just like you did, on many more levels, and he's very pleasant, going to solve your problem instantly and make this problem. I love it. That's why we're making this video plugging Sawzilla. Okay, so I got to finish this story. 9:30 last night, Barbara comes to me. She says, all excited, and she's got this package. Hey, guess what? I says, what? Look what I got. Look at this. What is it? She says, that's that part you guys can't find. What do you mean? Yeah, so-and-so's kid just dropped it off. They found it in a darn side yard. What? Apparently, FedEx in the notes, which I didn't read, and I went back and looked, said they left it on the porch. Wrong address, wrong porch. I talked to the neighbors that I knew. Nobody'd seen none. Well, it was a side porch that they don't use. It's just for storage as much as anything. They have another entrance and exit. They didn't notice it. Well, they got a dog. You know where this is going, don't you? Apparently, their dog found that part and ate it. Didn't hurt the handle. Ate a hole in the package. This is getting better all the time, isn't it? Okay. So it carries it off the side yard, just like dogs do. Start tearing at a hole in it. Okay, no food. Nothing to see here. I'm leaving. Isn't that funny? This is absolutely a true story. Sometimes the truth is stranger than a fiction. Well, so right about now, you got a pissed off FedEx driver on his own personal time. Well, he's probably getting paid overtime. Coming up 119, knocking on doors trying to find this part. I find this very interesting. Gus, had a great conversation with you. I'm going to do all my business for the parts that you sell, which is many, many, many parts. I'm going to do it straight with you. I am going to continue with everything with Ryan that I do. Everything. I'm going to buy. I have 2 or 3 small companies that I look at for parts, and then they're fair. But when you get a company size of sawzilla, they're a volume buyer. You can almost be guaranteed they're going to have the part in stock. No runaround. Get it in a timely fashion and be very happy with the quality of the ProLine parts. You're going to love this. They sell us other stuff other than just ProLine, but I particularly like ProLine. Now, I'm not computer guy at all. I'm a nuts and bolts guy. So I'll tell you what I did this morning. He says, order on our website. He says, this is the way you do things. So I find it. sawzillaparts.com. Can't get simpler than that to find, can it? Nope. So I use the 1 finger peck method on my tablet. Find it. First block, chainsaws. Yep, definitely interested. What kind of chainsaw? Okay, I'm looking for parts for the steel. Hit steel. In the left box, you just scroll till you get the size saw you want, and then there your parts are. And it's really nice because you can just scroll through and look at everything. Oh, I forgot I needed that. Oh, yeah, that little doohickey, I needed that too. I love that. I love it. So order on their website, sawzillaparts.com. I don't know how this works. If you do this, and I know you will, excuse me, tell them Iron Horse sent you. Or email them. Tell them Iron Horse sent you. That helps the channel. It'll help all of you get better service. I'm positive of it. Just because, not that the company is not going to give you great service, they're gonna, but you're going to get better service with a company I know and trust with the volume of parts I deal with. So, yes, highly recommend them. So the handle came for this saw. Isn't this fun? So now that it's partially open, the dog ate it. Wouldn't that have been a nice excuse for FedEx? Oh, gee, we're sorry, but the dog ate it. Yeah, I'm loving it. So let's just take a look at this. And let's see what we got. I think you'll be impressed. I really, really do. And I'm going to show you why the handles, especially, are something that I really, really want from ProLine. As you know, logging in the wintertime is different than logging in the summertime. And I cut that in the wrong place. There we go. Okay, they sent us the screws to mount the handle. You don't get that every time, do you? You do with Proline. Okay. Here's what we got. And if you notice, this is a Proline handle here. This is off Old Dave, my red, white, and blue 66 mag. See the ribbing? It's fairly coarse, fairly large. It's smooth when with your bare hands, but you have good grip. In the wintertime, when you got gloves on, a lot of handles are real slippery. Your handles, when you flip your saw sideways, handle slip. This grip with gloves is fantastic. If you got spring of the year and you're dealing with mud and you're helping the skidder operator hook chokers, you got mud on your gloves. That's real slippery. The ribs in these handles greatly increases your grip. That's one thing. Fitment. I've yet to have one of these not fit exactly right. I've had OEM handles not fit right. I have. I've had more that fit good, but I have had them that didn't quite right. So, happy to get this. OD1's going to love this handle. I know he is, without question. This is the style he likes. I don't use this type of handle personally, but this is what West Coasters like. I understand why. They're doing Humboldt. Yeah, it works for them. The rigidity. I can get it to spring just a little bit and returns instantly. That has got good tension into it. Friends, put them on the A list of where to purchase from. Try them first, as well as Wolf Creek Saw Shop. Try them first. That is two major companies that help me so much. They really do. Now, we can't forget Dave at Chainsaw Conservation. Dave is where I get all of my Weisco racing pistons. And now he ends up with a lot of OEM parts that's hard to find because he buys out old saw shops that close and one thing or like that. So Dave Smith at CCC, Chainsaw Conservation Components, is a perfect source for finding OEM parts and buying them Weisco pistons that you see me use on some builds, like this one. That's the three. That's the big three out of many, many, many companies that I deal with. And I appreciate every one of them. Sawzilla, welcome. And thank you so much for solving this problem with this handle. Okay, goodbye.